Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with Quintessence last, our level 33 brute, who's only 49,000 experience away from level 34. And our next set of enhancement slots, and we have over 5 million influence. We're down to 5 million influence, I guess I should say, because we have gotten our final enhancement for our Shadow Mall set. And so this is our Brute's Fury set. Having all of the set enhancements on it gives us a 92% buff to damage, which is just under what we'd get for 3 SOs for damage. It gives us a 56% buff to accuracy, which is like having an SO and a DO accuracy enhancer on it. It's an 87% buff to recharge time, which is like having almost 3 SO, 2 SOs and a DO for recharge on it. And then we're at 33% reduction of endurance. So this is better than you could get from just using SOs or generic training enhancements, of course. That's quite nice. And we've also got, as our bonuses, 1.5% increase to health, which is not inconsequential since our character has like 1,000 base health. We have 2.5% increase in smashing and lethal defense, and we have a 2.5% increase to damage, and we have a recharge time of 8.5% improvement. That's on top of whatever enhancements we have in here. We have, and finally with the last one, we have an increase to the lethal and smashing resistance of 5% and a Mez defense upgrade as well. And this last one, Brute's Fury, is gives us a chance to grant extra fury. So the power gives us a chance to grant 5 extra fury and reduces the chance the recharge time by 15%. So the idea here is that every time you punch with it, there's a chance you're going to build 5 fury beyond whatever the regular punch would have been. This is what's the so-called proc. So that's pretty cool. We also have one enhancement for the next set, which is Unrelenting Fury. We only have one of these, and we're going to need somewhere on the order of 22,000, something like that. Reward merits, right now we have 630, so we have a long way to go. We got to run some story arcs to have enough reward merits to get that second and final set. However, Tiger Strike is going to help us out. I didn't get a chance to purchase anything with her yesterday because I couldn't remember which one this was. This is damage, endurance, recharge. I don't want to double up. Also, of course, we'll be getting some stuff from the monthly or the weekly veteran rewards. So we may be getting some other things with that as well. Let's check the auction house. No, these 3 things are still up for sale. So. Okay, so we're on a story arc for Peter Snemitz. We're doing Circle of Thorns, Library of Lost Souls, he says. I just heard from Azuria. She hit a roadblock trying to analyze those crystals you found in the Ornbagen Magic Library. So she called in a specialist, Naomi Hutchins, expert in geometric magic and earth sorcery. Trouble is, Naomi never showed up. I know it's a lot to ask, but you gotta go rescue her. So we're going to go to Talos Island and rescue Naomi. As we go, I paid a little visit and then a longer visit to the Homecoming servers, to Everlasting in particular, and our old character that we used to use for this Let's Play before that was prohibited, Silver Phoenix, who of course is a level 50 character. And by the way, different from this server, on this server you hit level 50, you can't gain experience. On the Homecoming server, you can gain experience, you gain veteran levels, and you get little bonuses at least till you get to veteran level 99, and then after that I don't think you get any bonuses. It's mostly for bragging rights. Somebody in my supergroup Discord screen capped someone on the Homecoming server, on Everlasting, has 4,600 and some odd veteran levels. That is somebody playing a lot of City of Heroes. That is a lot. I mean, I guess probably not all that much more than I do. It's just that he's just done it all on one character, and I've done it on, a bunch, right? We've leveled a Scrapper, a Stalker, a mastermind to level 50, and now we've got a brute to level 33. I have a number of other characters in the 20s and so on. So, if I had been just doing Silver Phoenix, she wouldn't be at 4,200, but she might be at 400 or 500 veteran levels instead of what she is, which I believe is 29, 27, something like that. She's not quite 30 veteran levels, and won't probably ever get to 30. But I actually played her a little bit because I logged in there mostly to see if they had made the changes. I think I mentioned this last time, the changes to Super Reflex, turning Practice Brawler into a toggle, which I despise, changing the timings and the bonuses of Elude. I'm not happy with these changes that Rebirth has got on their test server, and I wanted to see if they got them from Homecoming, and maybe Homecoming had made these changes, but Homecoming hasn't. Super Reflex is the same as it always was, as far as I can tell. But when I went in there, I couldn't. One of my toggles was grayed out, and Elude was grayed out. I'm like, why are they grayed out? Because I wanted to hit Elude and see what the recharge time was. I'm like, why are they grayed out? I had these powers. They were showing up in my powers thing here, but they weren't active in my tray, and I realized apparently the last time I played Silver Phoenix, for some reason I got her onto the Freak Olympics story arc in Ouroboros, and she was capped at level 29. And since those are not level 29 abilities, right, you can't do those things at level 29. She had them grayed out. So then I was like, okay, I want to off this story arc, but there isn't any way to get off of a story arc once you're on it. You can't abandon it, apparently, which is really annoying. Even for Ouroboros, you can't abandon it. You should be able to. But you can't. So then I had to go through and actually finish it. I did everything on +0. Man, did Silver Phoenix just steamroll that stuff, even at 29th level, even not being allowed to use some of her powers. She just absolutely kicked butt and took names. For some reason, it let me use Eagle's Claw, even though Eagle's Claw is a post-level 30 power. Blocked off some of the other powers, like Hasten and so forth. And man, I was having a ball. I have to say, I wanted to just get her off that story arc, but I really love martial arts, and I was having fun playing it again. Dark Melee is great, but I don't think I'll ever like anything as much as I like martial arts Super Reflex as a power combo, and martial arts in particular as an offensive power. It's my favorite. I love the animations. I love the sound effects and stuff. They're very cool. And I also very much like the... why am I missing this one now? I mean, I can see these guys, they're stone armored, but... and I'm screwing this up. So yeah, I had a lot of fun playing her, and a lot of fun doing martial arts. I really enjoy all the powers in martial arts. I really like that set. I do like Dark Melee, but I like martial arts a wee bit better. And I feel like that character was putting out... and they're about the same level here, right? Because that character was... now, she has sets, but she was sidekicked down or whatever to level 29. And she was fighting Wycons, to be fair, but I just feel like she was putting out so much more damage than this one. So we gotta get moving on the damage for this character. Of course, Silver Phoenix has 6 slotted all of her attacks, and this character hasn't yet. So that's a huge difference. But we definitely gotta get going on doing more damage and doing the damage faster. Now, by map logic, what I'm trying to do here is go as deep in as we can and figure that, yep, she's in the back. Now, I don't know who the kidnapper is here, if it's a Karist or who. I hate when they run away. They're so annoying. Yeah, who was it that was... they were talking about monsters in D&D and on D&D Beyond, and they were talking about monster tactics and how monsters should run away, and several people were saying, yeah, they should run away when, do morale checks. If they're losing the battle, they take off. One of the DMs got on there and said, no. There's nothing players hate more than getting into a battle, right, and not being able to finish it because the bad guy ran away. He was like, don't do it. And I'm thinking, yep, don't do it, because it's really annoying here too. And he said, then what are you going to do? Like, the guy goes off the map. Now there's a battle in a part of the battle map that you didn't map, And so now you've got to improvise something. He was like, no, don't do that. Um, he said, no, don't do that. You know, it's yes, have intelligent villains who are, and this guy, I guess, is our boss, the Talon of Flame. He said, yeah, if you have an intelligent boss villain who's going to be a recurring villain, sure, have him run away. But if it's just goblins, no. He said, I don't care if it makes sense. Players hate it when the bad guys run away and they can't actually finish the battle and put them down. And he said, I know, there's some issues of realism and that sort of thing, but he said, you just have to realize, just like players hate to miss, he didn't say this, I'm saying it, they also hate it when the bad guys run away and they can't finish a fight. So his advice was, don't do it. Okay, so we got that story arc, that mission taken care of, and now we talk to Peter Stamets, and he says Naomi is safe at Magi, thanks to you. She seems to have learned a lot from her time in the Circle's captivity. We may soon know more about these strange crystals you found. From the sound of her story, Naomi was saved by one of the Circle's own mages, this Acarist. Puzzling, Quintessence last, puzzling. So it's Acarist now. When you rescued Naomi from the Circle of Thorns, she said she was protected by a Circle mystic named Acarist. If he really did save Naomi and tell her how to access those strange crystals you found, maybe he's trying to get that information to us. Maybe he's even looking to change sides. I've never heard of a Circle defector before. This could be a first. I want you to find him. So we need to find Acarist, and as I recall, we're probably going to have to beat him up. So let's go ahead and do the mission teleporter, and we'll head over to Founders Falls. I definitely was enjoying with my martial artist being able to pop focus chi every like 35 seconds. It was super awesome. Soul Drain's cool, but focus chi is better. It doesn't do any damage to anybody, but it's instantaneous. It's automatic, it doesn't have to hit anybody, and it automatically does the buffs. So I definitely like that a little bit better. Don't mind Soul Drain, but I definitely like Focus Chi. And I was also enjoying how my character, Silver Phoenix, man, I just went from battle to battle to battle. I never had to think about her endurance. It never went anywhere. It never budged. Like this character, we have to like recharge the endurance sometimes, but never had to with her. Great, we got +2s. We have this a +1 mission, so it's possible. And these guys are horrible at +2 because they are debuffing your 2 hits so much, and we just missed everybody and gotten no bonus from the Soul Drain, which is why I like Focus Chi better. So now we're going to need double accuracy just to hit. And I'm going to have to use more inspiration. This is like fighting a boss. Maybe worse than fighting a boss, actually. At least I can do it back to him. And make his 2-hit lower than mine. So we're both whiffing each other. But yeah, it was a mistake coming in here without a full tray of yellows, so depending on how many +2s we have, I may have to pause it and run out. Good old circle missions. And it's pretty clear now. I mean, I have not yet had a character with all the different archetypes I've used. Tanker, Scrapper, Stalker, Dominator, which you guys didn't see, but I did record 25 levels of. Mastermind. There is no character for whom Circle of Thorns do not like. The Circle of Thorns missions are basically +1 to whatever mission the mission says, right? So like these guys act like level +2s, even though they're only level +1. I still think that the demons, especially the Nerva demons there, should con a level above their level. These guys maybe not, but definitely the ghost demons should. They're resistant to almost freaking everything. Were they resistant to -2? No, they're resistant to smashing. They're resistant to everything but negative, I guess. They're resistant to smashing. They're resistant to lethal. I don't know what the heck else they're resistant to. They often come in multiples, and they can debuff the crap out of you. So not only are you only hitting half the time, when you hit them, you're only doing like 60% damage. So unless you can get something like Soul Drain to go off, you're kind of screwed against them. And that's fine, but I think to let the players know, it should definitely con higher than their level. Alright, so again, map logic, we're going to assume Akarist is as deep as you can go. That may or may not be the case, but it's usually a good bet. Alright, now I'm going to taunt these guys out of this room. And the reason is they're healing right there, and I don't want them standing in the heals, because they're going to be a pain in the neck enough as oranges without them standing in the heals. Oh, you know what? I don't know if we're going to be able to taunt them out. Oh yeah, okay, this guy came out. Because they don't like walking through the red, because it does damage to them. I can taunt them into a different part of the cave if I need to. There we go. Alright, now this guy I don't care about. He can stand in the green, I don't care. It's the Nerva demons that I didn't want standing in the green. Oh man, this is a huge cave. We were talking about these large maps and how to deal with them in my supergroup chat in the Discord, and what did the one Adriwin say about these? Oh, she said, all my characters hate kill-alls except my brutes. And she said my brutes treat all missions like defeat-alls, because it's a brute, so they're just like constantly beating things up. It's really funny. I apologize. It certainly probably didn't sound that funny. It was funny the way she wrote it. But I can't quite remember how she said it. Now, why are these guys +0? This is a +1 mission. I don't know. Well, enjoy your debuffs. That's what you usually give me. Have fun. Right now, it's conceivable Akarist could be in here. So let's wander around a little bit. Because he could be either up top or down the bottom. Yeah, we were talking about the large outdoor missions where it's you're just trying to find like a needle in the haystack, and people were talking about, you know, what they liked and didn't like about various missions, and everybody pretty much said, yeah, we don't like things like the Boomtown map. I said that one is pretty much an autocomplete for me if I can do it. And oh yes, and that's where Adriwin said, she said that's the reason I have so many alts. When I hit something like that and I don't want to do it, and it hasn't been 3 days, I switch to an alt and play the alt. Which that was really funny. So she can wait the 3 days and clear the mission. And I mean, I've sometimes done that, but usually what I'll do is just have this character do another mission. You know, find another contact, get into a second story arc, you can do that. And then come back to this one when the 3 days have passed. Although, I don't do that as much with the Let's Play, because I don't like to have you guys either miss part of it, or we start one story arc and then go on to another one and then come back to this one. That's kind of confusing. So I usually do one story arc at a time, as you guys have seen. I was having a ball with my with Silver Phoenix for the martial arts, kicking Freak Show all over the map, watching him go flying. That's just so much fun. All right. So I think that's it for up here. Yeah. So now there is another exit, right? Right there. No, I'm at the wrong one. I thought there was another one up here. Yeah. There. That's the one I wanted. Okay. Again, going deeper and deeper into the map. Map logic says they want you to do the whole map, and the way to make you do the whole map is put the guy that you're looking for all the way at the end. And once again, a +2 lieutenant, which is going to make it not easy. Alright, well, we got one of them. That should help. So we don't miss quite so much. Of course, you can see me whiffing like crazy. 3 in a row. 4 in a row. Let's go. There we are. I would say the other issue, too, at this level, you get so many circle guys whose MO is to make you miss, right? The behemoths make you miss with their invincibility. The earth guys make you miss with their stone skin. And the spectral demons make you miss with their debuff. And that's actually probably the most frustrating thing, is there's not just one type of mob that makes you miss. All of them make you miss, so it's just constant whiffing. That's super frustrating. Yeah, I don't remember from live despising the circle quite this much. There were other types of mobs I hated worse, but the circle is probably my least favorite faction to run missions against since I started playing City of Heroes again, because of all the debuffing and the missing and the whiffing, and there's just a lot of aggravating stuff that they do all at once. As opposed to, say, like the Maltas. Well, the Maltas do a couple of aggravating things. You know, you have the guys that summon the auto turrets. That's super aggravating. And you have the guys that the sappers. But the rest of the Malta are fine, right? They're not that annoying. Same thing with the circle. I mean, you have the fact that they're annoying because they take your endurance when they go unconscious, but except for that, you know, they're not that bad. Council's not really that annoying. So I feel like, yeah, they just put a lot of annoying features into the one faction with the circle. Then, of course, they give them Ornbega, which is cool looking, but can often be extremely aggravating to adventure in because it's so hard to find the various little nooks and crannies, like over here. It's really easy to miss this tunnel, and if you miss it, then, you know, you're not able to find the last room, which is where where the guy you need is. So there's sort of a composite annoyance to the circle. A lot of different features of the same faction that are essentially designed to be annoying, and are. I mean, they certainly, you know, succeeded at that design. Is that a Karis there? No. Thought I saw him. Now these guys are +0 again. What's going on? Oh, they're no, of course they're +0 because I leveled up. Duh. That was dumb. I should have realized that. Yeah, they would have been +1. That was dumb. Is that him? There he is. Akarist. How you doing, buddy? I know why you're here, Quintessence Lass. I know why you're here. I'm here to defeat you. Because you're a hostile. That's it. Keep mezzing me. Or trying. You will fail. Did he debuff my hold protection? It looks like he did. It went yeah, it's down to 5.5. It's not holding me, but he's cutting into it. Enjoy it while it lasts. You're out. And that's the mission. Got a clue? So, there's a message from Akaris that reads, "A records show that I was a kind man once, though I can barely remember that now. Perhaps this is why I have helped you more than I should. The crystals you took are no mere baubles, they are something far greater, far more horrifying. The knowledge I gave your researchers will point the way. Now that I have lived again and felt the sunlight once more, I realize that we cannot go on as we have. And so I bring you the wisdom with which to fight the evil we have become. Soon, Quintessence Slash, you will comprehend the fate of all those flung into the abyssal void. You will know the truth, and you will know despair." Does it say... So there's a message in a spidery hand. We raided the library. When I rescued her, she told me she'd been spared from death. The same Akarist told her how to access it. So it doesn't say whether he's alive. I could have sworn in this story arc it said he died and then he came back. But I'm not sure. I hope that Akarist was willing to leave the circle, but that may have been too optimistic. No one ever leaves the circle. This note he left you is so strange. But the question is, what do you mean left me? Why didn't he just tell me I kidnapped him? I made an attempt to contact Akarist. He fought me and perished in the battle. But he left me a cryptic note. Well, why did he perish in the battle? I don't kill people. That I don't like, right? It's sort of like they're role-playing for me and saying that I killed him. My character doesn't kill people. She knocks them out. Her blows are non-lethal. I don't like that. But I do like the rest of the story arc. Alright, folks, it's about half an hour, so I think we're going to stop here. I hope you've enjoyed. I certainly have. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.